You know, Harrison and I really enjoy cooking in the kitchen, and we want you to join us. So let's have some fun. Welcome to Cooked with Shaq. Look at you go, man. Look at you go. Woo! Harrison James over here, everybody on the guitar. Harrison James. And hello, everybody. Welcome to Cooked with Shaq. I'm Shaq. He is Harrison James, the guitar player.
Hello.
And welcome to another great show. We got another really interesting recipe that we're going to make for you today. It's going to be really simple, but it's going to be so good. And it's going to have bacon in it, and it's going to have pork, and it's going to have cheese, and it's going to have mushrooms, and it's going to have onions, and we're gonna put it all together and we're gonna eat it.
Yes.
It's gonna be so good. And also throughout the show, there's music from Jordan Welburn. His new CD is Reach Out, and you'll be hearing music from this CD throughout the episode here today on Cooked with Shaq. Okay, so let's get going. I'm not even sure what we're gonna call this recipe because there's so much good stuff in it. So we're gonna, it's basically a hamburger, but we're going to be using ground pork instead of ground beef. All right. We're going to be using bacon and mushrooms and cheese. So it's going to be a bacon, mushroom, cheese, pork burger turnover is what we're going to have today. And we're not going to use a bun. We're going to use puff pastry as our bun. So it'll be kind of almost like maybe an hors d'oeuvre. You can use it for an hors d'oeuvre. You can use it for just munching away because we're going to have a whole bunch of them. And then we're going to make a dip as well to go with this coming up in a little bit later on too. So let's get right to it. We've got a hot pan. We've already done our bacon. So we've got the bacon grease. So it is ready to go. It's nice and hot. And we're going to start cutting the onion. Are you going to be okay with this?
Oh man, like that's the first thing you're gonna cut is onions?
We gotta cut the onions right from the get-go because we gotta get those going. But now we're gonna do it actually fairly coarse chop on the onion because we're gonna put everything into the food processor a little bit later on because we want to get it a little bit more fine. So anyway, let's give us some chopping music here. Yeah, sure, let's do it.
How fast do you want to go?
That's good. That's it. We're almost done. Are you?
Gotta get the rhythm.
And that's it. See how fast that was?
Well,
we didn't even have time for chopping music. Keep going, keep going. Close enough, close enough. Right. Let's get that into the pan right now. So, onions go in, they can be a coarse chop. Look at that go, all right.
Love that sound.
The smell of bacon grease and onions. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, so that goes in. What's gonna happen is these onions are gonna get nicely browned up and they're going to separate too. We've got them, you can see them, they're kind of still in chunks, but they will separate. And we're gonna get those nicely browned up. While those are going, and while the chopping music continues.
Yes, here we go.
Let's do some mushrooms. Here we go. Long ways to go yet. Here we go. Keep it going. Keep it going. Chopping the mushrooms. Chopping the mushrooms. Chopping the mushrooms. Nice and fine. Chopping the mushrooms. Keep it going. 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 Don't try this at home. Whatever you do, you don't want to chop off a finger. You don't want to chop off a finger. You don't want to chop off a fingernail and it gets stuck in the recipe. What? We're still not done. Here we go. Last one. Ba, 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 ba. Whew. That is a workout. That is a workout. Nicely done. Okay, so onions are going in the bacon grease. We're going to get the mushrooms in there now. Now you want quite a bit of mushrooms because eventually what happens is they start to render down, they get smaller. But what the mushroom will do, being that it's such a sponge, it takes in all the flavors of the onions and the bacon. So you get a whole bunch of great flavor coming out of these mushrooms and onions. All right, so let's get that going. Season that up just a little bit, take a little bit of salt. We want to get some pepper in there. A little bit of Worcestershire sauce, Worcestershire sauce.
I always find that's kind of like a secret ingredient, you know? You just, you throw that in there and
what do they call that?
Just makes it just taste a little bit better, you know?
Yeah, it's that, what do they call that? Umami? Umami, which is a taste that is like mushrooms, beef, a very robust, rich taste. And that's what Worcestershire sauce gives you, is kind of umami.
Okay.
All right. We're learning something new every day.
Right.
All right, so that's gonna go. We're gonna let that go and get it all nice and browned up, and those mushrooms are going to shrink down a little bit, and then we're gonna put our pork in there and get that ready to go. We're gonna whiz it all up in the food processor, and we're gonna get this done. It is bacon, mushroom, cheese, pork, burger turnovers today. Whew, on Cooked with Shaq. Harrison James, everybody, welcome back. It is Cooked with Shaq, and we are making bacon, cheese, mushroom, pork, burger turnovers today. That's what we're doing on the big show. And we've got the mushrooms and the onions going right now in the bacon fats, and they are nicely browned. And what you want to do is take these out of the pan, put them in another bowl because you want them to cool off a little bit, okay? So take them right out, put them into a bowl. Now, we don't want to take all that bacon fat out of there because we want to use it for cooking up the pork. So we'll have a little bit in there. As a matter of fact, I always keep a little stash of it.
Oh, really?
Just in case.
Look at that.
A little extra bacon fat in there.
You always have some bacon fat with them.
You always have bacon fat on hand. You never know when you're going to need it. You never know when a good fry is going to come along and you got to fry something. And you got that bacon fat on hand. So now what we want to do is we've got a nice hot pan. We want to take the ground pork. This is medium ground pork. Put that over here. And we want to get that going and crumbled up as best we can. Now remember, we're going to be putting all this in the food processor just to make it a little bit more fine. But just to help out the food processor a little bit, make sure you get it all crumbled up in the pan. Now you can use beef if you want, because you know it's a burger, right? So most people use hamburger or ground beef. But we decided we would go full on pork. It's all pork today, baby. And we're going to have pork burgers. And once that's all done, is we're going to cool it all off, and again, take everything and put it in the food processor. Now you want to just season this up a little bit. Now don't season it up too much, because we're also going to be putting in some barbecue sauce. And with the cheese and the barbecue sauce and the Worcester sauce, that's a lot of salt. So we don't want to season it up too much, but we just want to get it going with just a pinch or two, and that's about it. But you can put in as much pepper as you want. So we're going to throw in a bunch of pepper. You like pepper, Harrison?
Oh, I love pepper. I put pepper pretty much in everything.
You put lots of pepper in?
Yeah.
Because pepper's got good health benefits too. Mm-hmm. Good for your hearts, good for your blood.
Yeah.
Your circulation is what I'm trying to say.
Something like
your
that.
Blood.
I just know it's good for you, so I make a point of putting it in there.
Oh, you know what we forgot to do with the mushrooms? We forgot to put the garlic in.
Ah, now so that's the other thing I love is my garlic. And
garlic is so good for you too.
It is.
So we're going to take about a teaspoon of crushed garlic, and we'll put in a teaspoon and a half of crushed garlic. Get that in there. And make sure your pan is nice and hot, because it won't take long for this pork to get all brown. Okay, so the ground pork is nicely browned. Now, usually you let this cool off just a little bit, but we're gonna throw it into the food processor right now. So let's get that all in there. Now, why we're doing this is because we want it to be a little bit more fine than what it is now, because it's a lot easier to put into the puff pastry, right? Because the puff pastry is gonna be like little squares. And so if you have a whole bunch of loose, really coarse type burger that's going in there, you're not gonna get much in, plus it's gonna be a big mess. So we're just gonna put all that in there like that. And we're gonna give it a bit of a whiz up right now. Now you don't have to worry about this, you know, with the blender, how we put the hot stuff in the blender and it kind of blew up all over the place. You don't have to worry about it with this, because all we have to do is pop this little top off, and look, the steam comes out, so it's all good. We're not gonna have a blow up or anything.
Oh, really?
At least we don't think so, anyhow. So
okay.
let's give it a shot. We're just going to give it a bit of a whiz. Okay, that's it. That's all we need right there. See how it's gotten a lot more granular? See how it's a lot more fine? Okay, so that's there. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the onions and mushrooms in. And so here's another thing too. So this is basically a burger that has everything in it already. You don't have to worry about, you know, putting your mushrooms on or your bacon on or anything like that, because it's already in there and it's ready to go. You just put it in your mouth.
Nice.
It's just super convenient. Okay, bacon goes in now. Now we're gonna see what happens. Okay, here we go. Oh, you know what else we're gonna put in? We're gonna put in a little bit of barbecue sauce too. Don't forget about the barbecue sauce. Let's get that in there. And the barbecue sauce will help it kind of bind together a little bit too.
Now, is that a special barbecue sauce?
This is just
made?
this is just a regular barbecue sauce. This is not a homemade one. But you can easily make barbecue sauce on your own. But it's a lot easier just to go to the grocery store and grab some barbecue sauce. All right, let's fire this up and see what happens. All right, so it's all getting in there.
There we go.
All right, so now, see how granular that is, how that's gotten? Actually, we can do a little bit more. Yeah, so everything's nice and fine. All the onions and mushrooms and bacon, nice and fine in there. Okay, there we go. Let's take a look at that. Now, that's awesome. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're just gonna let this cool off a little bit, because we want to put some cheese in there too, and we don't want the cheese to all get all melty right now. We just want it to sit there and get ready to go into the puff pastry. So we're gonna just hold off on this for a little bit. We're gonna come back in just a couple of minutes with the bacon, cheddar, onions, mushroom, pork burger turnovers. Got it! See you in a bit. Welcome back, it's Cooked with Shaq, and we have got ourselves some turnovers today. What we're making is bacon, cheddar, mushroom, pork, burger turnovers. That's, I think, did I miss anything? Garlic, onions.
Garlic, onions.
Yeah, all that. And now, of course, we have to add the cheese.
Yes.
Now, we put all that, we cooked everything, and we put it all in the food processor. I put in a little bit more barbecue sauce just to give it a little bit more of a zing. And now what we're gonna do is put in some of the cheese and get that right in there, because again, we want everything in there, and then scoop it into the puff pastry, and then it comes out all in one. You don't have to do anything to it, just dip it into a great sauce that we're gonna make as well. So let that fly a little bit. That just started on its own. It was weird. I wasn't sure what was going on there. It just kind of started on its own. I've got a possessed food processor. All right. Okay, well, we've got it now. Well, it's good to go.
It works.
That's right. Now what we want to do is come over and get your puff pastry. Now you can buy the puff pastry in any grocery store in the frozen food aisle, and it's a lot better to buy it than make it.
Yeah.
Because puff pastry, first of all, you have to take the dough and you roll it out. And then you put some butter on it, and then you flip it over and you roll it again. Then you put some butter on it and you flip it and you roll it again. And you keep doing this for about 100 bazillion times. Then finally, that's what it makes the layers, right?
Oh,
That's what
okay.
happens. So when it goes in the oven, it gets all kind of layered up. And so that's how you make, I bet it takes forever to do. So a lot easier just to go to the grocery store and get your puff pastry. So now what we want to do is take a pizza wheel, and we want to kind of divide this as best we can into 6 pieces. Okay, so then you go, close, something like that, and then like that, and then you just go right across the middle. Right like that, kind of, sort of. Okay, hopefully this all works.
That's my piece. That piece is bigger.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
That piece is
Now we got to start all over again.
I'll just take the bigger piece. It's fine.
Let me
have
kidding.
a big piece this time.
Okay, now the best way to do this is to get one of these little scoopers. It's like a mini ice cream scoop. And so instead of trying to use a spoon or something and trying to get it in there like that, you just take an ice cream scoop and you scoop out your ingredients. And there it goes, just like that. See? Nice little scoop like that. And then what we want to do is take a little bit of water and go around the outside. And the reason why is because we want to make it into like glue. Oops, I did the wrong side, but that's okay. We'll go from this direction, if we can. Okay. Tell you what, let's go again. And go from right here. And then this will be a lot easier for me to show you how it's done, because it's from the edge. This way I can't, I'm sticking my hands in there trying to get...
This is all for demonstration
That's
purposes.
right, demonstration purposes. So now we will take some water.
We know that you know what you're doing.
Right. Kinda, sorta.
Yeah.
And then there. Okay, now what we want to do is take this end like this and flip it right over top of the filling, and hopefully that all stretches nice. And then you put it all there, see, just like kind of like that.
Oh yeah.
Now it doesn't look the greatest at this particular moment, but once it gets cooked, then you take a fork and you just kind of crimp it like that all the way around.
Well, that makes it look pro.
Well, we're not done yet. Now we got to get the thing. So I'm gonna, this could get ugly.
It could.
I'm not sure why, but it could. We want to get that thing. Oh boy.
It's kind of sticking.
It's kind of, the dough for some reason is very sticky for some reason here today. So what we want to do is we want to get that out like this. Oh boy. The dough is very sticky, but you know what? There it is.
There it is.
It doesn't look great right now.
Legit. It's
but
all good.
it's there. It's there.
What matters is the ingredients inside.
Exactly.
Right?
Okay.
That's what matters.
So that's not the most beautiful thing in the world. For some reason, the dough is very sticky today.
That's Shaq's piece.
And we're just gonna let that go like that. Okay. So now let's move over to the next one, because it's a lot easier, like I said, to go from the outside edge in. So again, we have a little bit of water.
This is intense.
This is very intense. Because
man,
this is very sticky. For some reason, the dough has gotten very sticky. Maybe it's the humidity in the house. Could be a
blame
bunch
the
of
weather.
things. Could be the weather. Could be all kinds of stuff. That's okay. We're gonna get it. We're gonna make it work. We're gonna get that, and we're gonna take the fork. And then we're going to do that. And then we're going to peel it up from this side, because I know that it's going to be better from this side. So we peel up this way.
yeah. All right.
And
yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
that has got to be the ugliest thing I've ever seen in my life. Wow. Okay, hold on a second. I'm going to resculpt this.
You do that.
I'm going to resculpt this so it looks a lot nicer.
Do you need to put anything on this?
No, that's okay. That's fine. It's parchment paper, which is what this is supposed to be, but it's sticking. Okay, so I'm going to re-sculpt it so that I'm going to make it look like a fish.
Okay.
We're going to make it look like ocean wildlife.
Why don't we make them all different kind of animals?
That's a good idea. That's
Yeah.
a great idea because, like I said, at the very end, it's going to look great. It's going to look fantastic when we're done.
All right.
Boy.
This one's going to be a monkey.
This one is going to be something, and I'm not sure what. But it is very, very sticky. Oh boy, I don't know why this dough is so sticky.
I'm telling you, the entertainment value has just gone up. Like this is...
I'm sorry, folks, but the dough, for some reason, has gotten crazy on me here today. I'm going to try this one because it's another edge. And then maybe what I'll do is I'll try another roll of dough, and maybe that will work.
Maybe you should have made your own dough this time instead of being all lazy.
Okay, let's do this again. See, this one's thicker. Like that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like it's some.
Yeah,
Oh, see, this one's perfect.
Yeah,
this one
you're
works
right.
perfect.
This
Look
is
at this. Look at that. Nothing to it.
And that was exactly the piece that I pointed out.
Yeah.
That was mine.
And look at that. It just comes out.
That's beautiful.
Now I haven't got it off yet, so we don't know for sure. But look at that. Oh, look,
Yeah.
see?
Yeah.
That's how it's supposed to go, like that. Dumb dough.
That was craven fish anyway.
That's a good fish. And that could be like the Star Trek emblem. Okay, let's keep going here. Let's keep going. All right, so now we're gonna put another. All right, let's do this. Do this. Yeah, see how nicely that one goes over again? Perfect.
Just takes patience.
It takes patience and dough that's not so sticky. It's the dough that's so sticky.
Why is it so sticky?
Why do we have it so sticky and stuck to the paper and everything? Look at that. That's perfect. Look at how nice that one is.
That's even better than the
See,
other one,
that's beautiful. Now let's try this one again. See what happens. Oh, no, see now
that
it's
one's a lost cause, man.
No, I think we can. We've got the technology to create the first $6 million turnover. Here we go. And there we have it, like that. Okay, now we're gonna peel it up. See how sticky that is here. Yeah, if you want to just hang on to that, and we'll get that on there like that.
This is a two-man job.
Oh my goodness, this is.
It's a good thing I'm here today.
This is the. This is the hardest I've ever done these pastries. This last one, I'm not even sure about. Not sure if we're gonna work that one. You know what? I'm gonna put this away.
Oh!
I'm gonna haul out another one.
All right.
And see if this one's gonna work any better. Are we running out of time, producer? How are we doing on time? Are we gonna be okay?
It's like a 2-hour show.
Just to get the puff pastry going. Okay, maybe we should have let it not thaw out so much. Okay. All right, so let's try this again now. Of course, we're running out of room on here, but we'll figure that out. Okay, so here we go.
Yeah, over there. Yeah, like that.
Okay. Let's start with this. No, oh, see, it's all kind of wonky again. Start on this side. Okay, you know what we're gonna do? So that the viewers right now are going, what in the world is he trying to pull off? We are going to take a break, and we're gonna come back, and I guarantee you that we're gonna have every one of these things filled with filling and in the oven, and we're gonna have it looking beautiful. So join us in just a couple of minutes as we try to figure that. You know what? Here, let's do this. What if I pull this one up like that? This one like this.
Get creative. Come on.
Okay, well.
Yeah. Roll it over.
Roll it over like that.
Yeah.
Pull this one up like this.
And it's a ball.
And now
it's a ball.
And now we have a dough-covered meatball. Come back on Cooked with Shaq. We'll have these things done. God, what the world?
Man.
Well, welcome back to Cook with Shaq. And after that wonderful fiasco we had with our puff pastry, well, we're going to take a look and see exactly what the finished product looks like, okay? All right, so this is our bacon, mushroom, cheddar cheese, pork burger turnovers. And here they are.
Wow.
Isn't that something? There they are right there. But you know what?
Unreal.
I think they look kind of nice. Because one of them looks, okay, now bear with me on this. This one kind of looks like an alligator head. Hey? See, that's his snoot right there, and that's his eye.
All right,
that's his cheek right there.
Kids, name the animals.
Okay, and this one kind of, if you look at it closely, looks like a dinosaur, right, like that, see?
Yeah.
And these could be like the dinosaur eggs.
Right.
So actually, it turned out this one looks kind of like a bird, like a canary sitting on a piece of wood. See, or a chicken.
I can see it now.
You see the chicken? Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, we got it. I think we got this one wrapped up.
Yeah.
Literally wrapped up. Okay, real quickly, a sauce to go with these.
Perfect.
We wanted to have some mayonnaise. Okay, so just put some mayonnaise in a bowl. Real simple. Ketchup. Just squirt some ketchup in there. Some hot sauce. Throw some hot sauce in there. Mix it up. And you've got a nice, spicy mayo sauce to go with your turnovers. Just like that.
That's it?
Oh, that's it. Nothing to it.
Ingredients.
So let's get the alligator. Let's put the alligator on the plate. And we'll take the sauce. And we'll do I want to do one of these restaurant smears. You go like this, and you smear it like that.
Oh.
Okay, let's cut into this and see exactly what happened. We're not sure. But anyway, so now you got the puff pastry. See how much the layers in there of the dough, and you've got all the meat in there, and now you've got the smear of sauce, and it is ready to go. So thank you very much for joining us on Cook with Shaq. It's all about having fun. If stuff doesn't happen the way you actually want it to, you know what? Just go with what you've got. Have fun cooking. That's what we do on Cook with Shaq. We'd like to thank Jordan Welburn again for his CD, Reach Out. You've been listening to segments of songs throughout the entire Cook with Shaq episode on this CD. So thank you very much. And thank you again for joining us on Cook with Shaq.